Hello, thank you for joining me today. Today we're going to talk about how do I allocate cloud costs to different business units or cost centers, or really whatever the showback or chargeback model looks like for my company. So first, before we talk about how we do it, let's talk about why we want to do it. Now, most customers are going to create allocation rules for showback and chargeback model. The way that we do this within Flexera is using billing centers. As you can see in our environment, billing centers utilize internal departments at Flexera. However, we see many customers do this completely different. Maybe it's going to be based off of projects, or maybe it's going to be based off of business units or cost centers. The sky's the limit for what that allocation looks like. And once we have created these billing centers, we can then even go to the next level, which is create child billing centers, or even child of child billing centers. The hierarchy and organization is completely up to the customer. Now, other than just creating that showback, chargeback, and siloing those costs, another reason why we want to go ahead and do this is to help us with the RBAC privileges. Meaning we can go ahead and assign users to just their billing center, which then adjusts everything they see within the entire platform, really reducing the noise of what else is happening and making it a lot quicker to get to the final result, which is to slice and dice the data that is associated with my billing center or my part of the business. Now, how do we get here? So the way we do this is using rule-based dimensions, which lets us then be incredibly flexible for how we create these allocation rules. Maybe it's based off of account mapping. Maybe it's based off of your cloud tags, like those cost center tags or business unit tags. Maybe it's based off of a specific resource or service. The sky is really the limit. We can go ahead and utilize any of Flexera's out-of-the-box dimensions or even the custom dimensions we're going to build using rule-based dimensions or your cloud tags, or even ingesting other tags from like your CMDB as an example. Once we do decide which method we'll utilize to create these allocation rules, we can then create a rule-based dimensions, which is going to be a rule-based dimensions just for billing center allocation. We can only have one of these because we want to make sure that we correctly allocate those costs. We can also set an effective date as well to decide what the historical context is for your allocation rules. Once we have gone ahead and created this specific rule-based dimension, we can then go ahead and create new rules for each billing center and say, which specific dimension am I utilizing to create these allocation rules? Am I using other rule-based dimensions? Am I using resource-specific decisions, cloud decisions, or even your own cloud tags? Once we have decided which rules we'll utilize to create those allocations, we can then go ahead and assign it to a specific billing center, which again might be internal departments like we do at Flexera. Maybe it's going to be based off of your cost center. Maybe it's going to be based off of business units. It's incredibly flexible. So again, utilizing Flexera 1, we can help you allocate all of your costs. Maybe that is a 100% cost allocation goal. Maybe you're not quite there. But it doesn't matter. Using rule-based dimensions, we can go ahead and get to that 100% cost allocation for whatever your showback or chargeback model is. Thank you.